Hello, everybody. Welcome to another evening of Messages of Love from Above. And I'm as always excited to see what Spirit is going to bring through for us. Before we get started, I do want to send love out to the world. If you'd like to join me, I more than welcome that. Just going to take a big, deep breath and allow that calmness to come about, to come back right here, right now. Just let that love flow down from the heavens into our heart, fill us up and out to the world. And whether you're watching this on a replay or live, we can still join together outside of space and time where that energy originates. We multiply all the love to send out. And if you are in need of love tonight, today, whenever you're watching this, for your heart, for your mind, for your body, for a loved one, a situation, we send love to you right now as well. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me and doing that and allowing me to send out that beautiful, beautiful love energy. And before we get started on readings, I just want to make sure everyone knew I put out a new pick a card. I think it was yesterday. All the days run into each other. It was pick a card for messages from the divine, feminine, and masculine. That should be it there. It's also, you have a choice between hearing from your divine masculine and others, or the divine feminine masculine. So it was really quite interesting. And let's see what else we got on going on here. The 1212 portal is still wide open and impacting us. So if you want to check that out, here's a playlist for each individual zodiac sign for that. All right. And we did have some people ask, how do you donate to have your reading prioritized? So here are the links here. You can do the super chat at the bottom, which is like a little dollar sign at the bottom of the chat, or here is the PayPal or Venmo. And so whichever you would like to choose is totally up to you. So there you go. There's all the details. That's all the announcements, and we'll get started and get into the readings. I'm excited. Let me just get this all set up and so I can focus, and then we will be good to go. All right. Yeah, thank you, Rishi. I'm just blown away. I just feel like I'm in a daze of the blessings. So many of you subscribing and commenting and donating and everything else. I just didn't have a really grasp with my brain, evidently, because it's still so new, and I'm loving it. So thank you so much for that. All right. Thank you, Colleen, for sending out love. Hello. Right? Happy Thursday. It's Thursday, right? All right. Yeah, so tomorrow I start my big weekend where I go twice a day. So I will be on Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings, and then of course every night. So becomes my busy weekend. And I always love it. So many blessings. All right. So let's get started here. And let me just make sure. Do not have any donations. Right. Very good. So we will start with the first free reading, which is for Rishi Lahori. Hello. And you want to know if you should avoid going to your sister's engagement next month. Let's take a look here. See what spirit recommends as far as what's the energy. Let's say, what's the energy if you go? Because you get to decide what, there's no shoulds, on the other side. They're like, there's no judgment of it. There's just different energies. And so they'll show you what the energy is if you go. And then you get to decide if that's something that you would like. The power of choice, right? Okay. Anything else? No. So you do have the Innocence of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. And it's saying that there's new opportunities that open up for you at the sister's engagement, which I like because you have the Eight of Pentacles, which is also about you've been doing the work and means that there's a movement upward in the outside world. So both of those being pentacles are the outside, um, new opportunities in the outside world and things moving up. So they're saying that it actually would benefit you in the outside world. There's going to be some new opportunities, some new things. So to consider. And you have the High Priestess, which is all about you could still be stepping back and still be in this place of connection to the spirit world when you go. And for some reason, the hand there, the all-knowing hand, is really standing out. And so it's you just have this protection as you go around your feelings and your emotions. But I really like it with this energy here. It seems like it would be beneficial and opportunities. Um, like it says, opens up and it has movement happen in your outside world. That is for you. The Eight of Pentacles is not like a, oh no, there's movement and you're going. Whoosh. It's like it's a movement up usually, like from an apprentice to a master, graduating, promotion at work. It's that type of upward movement. So it's actually beneficial for you to actually go. So I think it's a great opportunity too. I think the High Priestess is saying that, you've been in your temple, you've been withdrawn, you've been doing your work. Now is the chance for you to see how your inner work between now and then, uh, how it will impact you when you take your learnings, out into public and interacting with, family and stuff. You'd be like, hey, I've really come a long way in this few months, that you've been really super focusing. So I like it for you. I don't, they're not waving you off going, oh my God, don't do it. It's going to be horrible for you. It's actually quite the opposite. You didn't get like the sun card and this like, wow, but it's positive enough where I would be like, yeah, I would say that they're encouraging you to go. So that's what they have for you, Rishi. I know you're like, oh, I wanted the devil card, and them telling me don't go, but you get to go and you get to enjoy it. So I like it. All right. So that's what we have. So Valverde, you're the next free reading that's up. All right. All right. So a work reading for the first half of 2023. So let's take a look here. What's going to go on? Oh, well, you got the Three of Cups, which is joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. So that's a good sign. Let's see what else we have here. Okay. So along with the Three of Cups, you do have the Ace of Cups. So this is new emotion, newness coming in around your work, which is good. This is like new excitement around it. It's like there's if you're still in the same type of position, I would be surprised if you are. But sometimes we do. We have like a boss leaves that was really horrible, or um, some new people move into your department. They're really fun and they just make it doesn't even feel like work when you go. Whatever this is, there's just a lot of excitement and joy that comes in the first half. Um, yeah, because you do have it's like any conflict that you had at work. The five of swords is like conflict and communication, and conflict and thoughts and beliefs, and things like that. There's you know the resolution, because you have the four of swords, which is this peace of mind that comes in here. So the cat is sleeping on the ace of swords. You have the ace of swords over here, which brings in this perspective of it's like you are seeing things from a different perspective, a higher perspective. That's why I was almost thinking, is that a higher perspective, like a promotion where you're looking down? Not that you'd be looking down, but from a higher work position. But I think whatever it is, you're seeing a different perspective of your work, and it's really bringing in quite a difference, because you also have the balancing coming in the outside world. So I really like that. You have movement of pentacles, which does mean that you do have movement in your work, but it's like a slow movement into this. Kind of feel like it's a higher position, or bonuses, raises, whatever this joy that comes in. It's not like January 1st, boom. It's more like late March, early April. It's like, oh my God, it took forever to get here. But it's good for you, because during that time is where you're really seeing things from a different perspective. But I really like it. It seems like it's going to be a beneficial and joyful first 6 months of your work. So I like it. So that's what you have there. And hey, LA, I didn't, sorry, I just saw your message there. It jumped out at me, and you were wondering, how do you do super chats? At the very bottom of of the chat, there should be like a little dollar bill kind of sign. And if you click on that, it should just pop up a little box where you put like your question and select amount and whatever, and then it'll appear and I'll see it. That's how it usually works, I think. I don't think I've actually used it myself. So, but from what I saw, that should be the way it works. So hopefully, if not, you can also, I posted the links to PayPal or Venmo. If those are options, you can also do that. And I have my emails up, so I'll see the email come through and just let me know, hey, I did it. All right. So thank you. All right, self love. You are up next. Do you want opportunities coming in the new year for you? Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has to say. So, what is new for self love? What new opportunities next year? Well, so you do look like you have the 10 of Pentacles, is like your outside world seems to really be filling up next year with some great this is success, this is abundance, this is overflowing. So I really, really like that. And you also have movement of cups, which would be the Knight of Cups. So there's movement in your emotional life too. So there is opportunities both in like whatever abundance means for you, if it's money, or if it is love, or opportunities and job, or whatever you would feel like, oh, abundance, then this is what they're saying for you, is that there is some wonderful opportunities for abundance coming in, and it appears in your love life too. Of course, it's going to take time, and it's balancing. Be patient with it unfolding. Yay! That's an opportunity to learn patience. Like, I'm already took those classes. I don't want any more. there's new communication that comes in and higher awareness too, which I really like. You really seem to be this balancing out here is you're balancing the fears of like losing conditional love and all this impact, disappointments and stuff. You're just like you're really just balancing that with higher awareness, higher knowledge that just I think really has you like moves your balances out your energy because you have like three on each side here. So you're balancing your energy too, which balances out your life. So you're not like focusing on what you feel is missing or that you have in your life that you don't want or you're fearing. And so that's not expanding. You're spending more time thinking about gratitude and what you do want in your life and focusing on connecting to the higher realms. And so you feel the love more and you focus on it. And so that expands. So I really like that for you for it. So that's the little sneak peek they have for you. So both areas of your life, really emotions and abundance. That's a great year for you. So I like it. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So that's what they have for you. Many blessings to you. Self love. All right. Very good. And we will continue moving down the list. And for all anyone new that's too new to my channel, I did just go down in order for the free readings. And so I just go down. There's not like a list. The chat is the list. You can just ask for a general reading, or if you want a specific question, you can put that too. And then when I get down to you, then that's when your time is there. If you want to have your reading prioritized, then just a donation. I honor that energy exchange. I step out and do those, and then I step back in line for the free readings and continue going down the chat. So that's how it works. I saw a couple questions there, so just want to make sure everyone is aware. All right. So Daisy, you are up next. I'm sorry. Yeah. What does the first half of 2023 have in store for you? I thought I had already done, but it's like there's three in a row asking about, which is normal because we're like what 2 weeks away from there. So let's take a look and see what they have in store for you for the first half of 2023. All right. I do like this for you. When you do have like this nice balancing, the hourglass is always about it's things balance, things take their time, which is good. It's better than like, oh my God, you're going to be on this roller coaster. But well, you kind of look like you might be on in the beginning. Yeah, the Seven of Cups here, which is you start off the year kind of, I think, just so much to think about, so much emotion that's going on. It kind of has you a little foggy in the beginning, but you quickly, I feel within the first couple months, I feel like by the end of February, you're have looked at all these emotions and you're leaving behind emotions that no longer serve you and you're headed off into the nine of cups after this because you have the seven, you have the eight, the nine is wish fulfillment, and so you're heading off more towards wish fulfillment. And you do have the spirit of cups, which is the king of cups in the standard tarot, and they roll over the water, of course, being the king, but they also have air, and so this is a balance between heart and mind. And so that balancing again theme is coming in. So you are balancing, the first half, I feel, like I said, January, February kind of feels like there's a lot of stuff going on where it just almost feels like you're off kilter a little bit. Um, but I really feel like by the end of February, things are calming down and you're really starting to look at those emotions that you're like, okay, you know what? I felt them. I understand them, and now I'm ready to move beyond them. And then, like March, I feel is when you start marching away, like that bear away from those cups, and you start to really look into expanding, and balancing your heart and your mind, um, which ends up heading off into wish fulfillment. I mean, I really feel like May, June, by that time, you have this good balancing that's going on. Yeah, and you have the Heart of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and I feel like around June time is when you are like ready to really have let in things go, balance in your mind, and now you're putting your energy into forward motion and you're really putting yourself out there like emotionally. You're allowing yourself to be, I wouldn't say vulnerable because I feel like you're strong, but you're opening your heart and like letting people see it. Here's my heart. See with your eyes, not with your hands. And it's like this. You're just really um, beginning a beautiful forward movement around May or June. So that's what they have for you right now. They want to tell you everything, but that's a little hint of some what's coming for you. So there you go, Daisy. That's what they have for you. So many blessings. All right. So continue going down. So Kayla B, you are up next. Let me take a quick sip here. All right. So let's take a look here, Kayla. Why did your ex text you today? Mm, yep. Yeah. The Eight of Wands is a lot of fire energy. I almost feel like this is age appropriate material, just like a little booty call. I feel like like they were, you know, feeling the energy and 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 they were, wanting to have this movement happen. They have the Six of Swords, which is moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. But I feel like they were testing the waters in a way, not for relationship though. I feel like just for a little mini reunion, let's call it, which I know brings a lot of emotional confusion. And I know, because it's like you miss them, you miss that intimacy, and then you do that, but then it hurts even more. It brings in so much emotional confusion. So spirit is just kind of saying, you can. There's no right or wrong. Just know that this is what comes with that. If you do, because it's not this. It's not new love. It's not a revisit of love that they're offering. They're just offering fiery wand energy. And they're saying more alignment of your energies, a step back like the high priestess does into her temple. Just do your look in your self-love, looking behind the veil, connect to the higher realms, look at your emotions, because you do have this coming for the future for you. And doing that would just derail and delay moving more towards that. But I really feel like there's some full moon werewolf energy coming in, and so that's why they reached out to you, is because they wanted a little mini reunion, but not to get back together, just you know so that's what I feel, Kayla, but that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right, so double, triple, quadruple X, you will be up next. All right. And Katie Aney, I do see your question there. I know sometimes YouTube does not show on your end that it went through, and then sometimes you'll put a bunch. So I do see yours, and so you don't have to put it anymore. Yep. And tasty one, all you have to do is put your name, put your question or general, and I go down the list. So, for the free ones, it is first come, first serve. So, I will continue to move down the list for the free readings. So, double, triple, quadruple X, you want to know what is coming in for you. Let's take a look here and see what they have. So, what would you like double, triple, quadruple X to know? Well, I like this for you. I do show that whatever has been blocking you lately, that you are going to be moving beyond it. So if there's been some sort of energetic block that you feel you haven't been able to like move beyond, well, this is you removing it because you have the full card, which is an ending of old cycles and the beginning of new. And you also have the 6 of Wands coming in here, which is about recognition and victory and good flow. If you think of, sixes as 3 on each side, there's this nice little canyon in the middle where things are flowing, whereas like a 9 or a 7 or 5, it's like there's a odd one right in the middle that's blocking the flow. So the 9 of Wands is moving from the 9 to the 6. So there is flow that's opening up in this new the full card is like a new adventure that's coming in. Um, Let me see anything about what area of their life this is in. It's energy, so it could be anywhere in your life or multiple places in your life. Okay. Well, you've got 8 of Wands, so more energy, another 8. So it's flowing, 4 in each side. So that's good. So the energy flow is coming in. Looks like it's going to be in the outside world with the 6 of Pentacles. So if there's been blocks around finances or abundance in the outside world, then this is like things are starting to really pick up and open up for you. So whatever was blocking before, it's now time to the floodgates will open up, and so you'll be seeing some flow of abundance, whatever that in the outside world means for you. Is what is coming, and you'll know whatever block it was. You're like, oh my gosh, I know. Yeah, you would probably just know right off as soon as I said it. You're like, yeah, I felt like I couldn't move in this, like at work or job or money or relationship or whatever it may be in the outside world. Things will start to pick up now. So I like it for you. That's what they have for you, double, triple, quadruple X. All right, Rhonda, you are up next. Hello, hello. All right. All right. And I don't see any. I just want to make sure I wasn't missing any donations. And Rhonda, I do have some angels and ancestor oracle. So let's see what the angels have for you right now. Hope everyone had a wonderful day or night wherever you're at in the world. We got some snow today. It's like cold, but I love it. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So let's take a look here for all the angels want to talk to you, Rhonda. Let's see. Who's the most important? Who's the most important that wants to speak to you? So you got the Sky Father card. Look at that beautiful card. And it says, trust in the unknown. So let's see what Sky Father has to say here. So trust that your path is unfolding exactly as it needs to. Oh, I know. You have a personal relationship with the Great Father. Know that he is lovingly leading you forward. The Sky Father featured in many religions and mythologies as the Father God. He's the counterpart to the Earth Mother in many traditions. So this card represents the universal powers that are masculine in essence, the energies that people have called out to and looked up to in times of need. Sky Father personifies your relationship with the masculine energies of the divine and possibly a very powerful male or father figure too. You are a co creator of your life, and every thought, feeling, intention, and emotion you have is creating the road ahead. With that being said, you don't need to know every single detail of what is going to unfold before you. When this card appears, you're being guided to step back and get out of your own way because there is a greater power that is not only around you, but within you. And Skyfather is creating the best experience imaginable for you. Accepting this will allow miraculous energy to come into your life. So see things from a higher perspective, like the eagle on the card. And this card can also appear when there are opportunities to improve the father connection in your life. If your father figure is in heaven, know that his spirit is drawing close. If he's on earth, there's an opportunity to heal something, whether past or present. I like it. So wonderful message there for you. So that's what they have for you, Rhonda. Many, many blessings for you. All right. Project Skyfalls. You'll be the next free reading. All right. John, you're going to be a little while. I do go down in order, and it looks like there's about maybe 10 or 15 people ahead of you. If you want to move it up in priority, donations do get honored to have that happen. So there we go. So, Skyfalls. Can you have a spirit guidance reading? Absolutely. So let's take a look here, see what spirit has for you. So, what would you like Skyfalls to know, please? All right. Well, so we just had that was Skyfather, right? Yeah. So we just had the Skyfather card, and you just got the Skyfather card. They usually call it the Emperor in most, but Skyfather is definitely making themselves known right now. So I feel like since it came right after one another, you can rewind if you didn't listen to Rhonda's and listen to the Skyfather, because I feel like that message can also, you can piggyback on that, which is about in the tarot, the Emperor is about really you're having the stability, you're finding this. Um, I wouldn't say control, but you are understanding what you can control and what you can't. And you're kind of creating two buckets and sorting things out in your life and going, okay, not in my control, not in my control, not in my control. You're not investing energy in that anymore. And you're focusing on what you are able to, which is pretty much most things out there we can't control, but we can control how we feel about it and what emotion we want to feel about it and what story we apply to it. Because I see the energies here of the Six of Wands is about recognition, it's victory, it's positiveness, but also is equally balancing out your energy to where it's not, you're investing energy in areas that aren't beneficial for you. You're not putting energy into a black hole. You're realizing what uh, no longer is serving you. It's like they're showing me like you look at your bank statement and you're like, oh, I thought I canceled that membership like months ago, but I've still been paying for it, but I'm not, using that. And so it's like you're cutting off things that you're investing energy in that you're just, no, I don't want to worry about that anymore. It's not part of where I'm headed. And then you have the Eight of Pentacles too, which is you have been doing the work and you're going to have this movement that's, either it's a relationship or job or education or body or whatever it might be, whatever you've been putting a lot of effort into, your benefits are about to come and you're about to move up in it. So you do have benefit that comes in here with these changes, the control you're taking. You're not allowing other people to decide things for you for your life. You're really taking command of your life, making decisions and balancing your energy out. And like I said, it does benefit you because it allows you to move up in the outside world. So, whatever's been if you've been like in a fork in a road waiting for someone to make a decision or to give you more information or whatever, it's like now's the time to go, you know what? If you don't have all the information for me, then the answer is no. I'm not going to do it. I need information to make the decision. If you're not giving it to me, that's my answer. It's that type of control or command. You're taking command of your life and you're not letting other people decide for you. So whatever area that is, that's what spirit's regarding. So I like it for you, Skyfall. So that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings. Right. Nikitha, you'll be the next free reading coming up. Taste Joan. Well, you can always rewind. That's what's great about YouTube. If you miss it and you see that I've gone to other people after you, you can just always rewind and watch it from that. So you can always it's always going to be available to you. It saves it all. So all right. So Nikitha, what was your connection with Yogesh in a past life? Oh, interesting. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? Who were you to them and them to you? Let's take a look here. Wow. Wow. There's like five major arcana out of 5 cards. That's crazy. So I feel like this means, minor arcana is more like, this lifetime, and the major arcana is all the lifetimes. I feel like that you've been in and out of each other's lives in different lifetimes because you have like when I saw Skyfather came in here and then the full card, I kind of felt like parent and child in one incarnation. And so I kind of feel like this like you were the parent and they were the child in that relationship in that lifetime. So I feel like you've played some different roles, um and because the moon card is Mother Luna, which would be there was um, a mother, like one of you was a mother to one of the others as well, and um so one was mother, one was child. I kind of feel like so you were father, they were child, and then in the next incarnation, because you guys wanted to experience, this is what we kind of do as souls, is like, okay, now you got to be the child and they were your mother. And then in another lifetime, you were like this hermit. You were like a monk, a nun. I really feel a monk, though. I feel like masculine energy, like you were in a monastery, kind of a temple type of setting, and they were a spirit guide for you. And so we do that in some lifetimes too. So I like that they had all this come out because they're just like, there's so many different roles and we'd play, and sometimes we get caught up in that, oh, you know we were lovers over and over and over again. Like, no, we play a bunch of different roles because we're mighty beings. We get bored if we were playing the same thing over and over and over again, through all these lifetimes. So I like that there's this variety, and they pointed that out, of different scenarios and different relationships outside of romance and things like that. That's why there's this connection in different roles, in different ways, and different feelings that pop up as well. So I like that. I really do. I do past life readings as part of my recorded readings. Some people ask for past life, and I just love the stories that come through and the details that spirit will share. But there's some repeating patterns sometimes, but seeing it from different points of view. So it's really quite cool. But that's what they have for you, Nikita. So that's the amount of history that they'll share at this moment in for this question right now. So many blessings to you. Enjoy that. See if that resonates. All right. Anjali, the Virgo. Whoops. You are up next. All right. So you are up next. And so what is coming towards you, Anjali? Let's take a look. So let's see what we've got coming in here. Anjali the Virgo. All right. Whoa. I know. Let's see. Wow. Okay. Don't freak out about this one because I'll show you the next ones, of course. But so you have the tower that's coming in. So what's coming towards you is like what's being taken out of your life to bring something in, or what's being removed out of your path to make space for you to move forward. And what I was laughing about is that you've got three number four cards, which is peace of mind and like stable mind, stable emotions, and joyous, stable energy. So, whatever is being removed out of your life is going to bring you a lot of stability. So, whatever was there was really rattling your cage and causing a lot of just turbulence in your life. And it's like the storm is passing, it's being removed out of the way so that you can really look into your mind and look into your heart and allow um, this joy and stability to flow into your life. So I do like that. And you still have the Spirit of Wands, which is the King of Wands. Wands is your drive, your ambition, your passion, your inspiration, your overall energy. It's your spiritual energy too. And the spiritual energy, this would be the highest energy, spiritual energy you can experience, which would be your higher self and your connection to the spirit world too. So I really like the combination here because it's like this lightning happens that moves this person or situation out of your life, and then you're just kind of like, you can breathe and you just feel like your life is calm. And then in that calmness, you really have this super great awareness of your higher self in the spirit world too. And it allows you to make movement. It can be an entrepreneur type of energy too, where you're really super focusing your energy. Now that you don't have all this drama, whatever this thing is that you were investing a lot of energy to protect yourself, or investing and thinking about it and feelings and everything else. But now that that thing is gone, you're like, okay, now what am I going to do with all this energy? And you super focus it in a direction, something more in alignment with your high heart than anything, because of the King of Wands being your higher self. So that's, I like that for you, Anjali. So get ready for the removal of something and the peace that comes afterwards. All right. So that's what Spirit has for you. So many, many blessings to you. We'll continue going down the list here. So, Jalen, you're the next free reading. Hello. You were planning a group hangout this weekend. "Ah, what? You didn't invite me?" I'm just kidding. And a few people are not able to make it. Advice from Spirit. What if you go ahead or cancel or rebook? What's for your highest experience? So let's take a look here. Well, with all of these here, you've got the chariot is movement and victory. You've got movement of wands, which is knight of wands, which is the fastest moving horse. And you have the seven of pentacles, which can mean like patience, but with all this movement, the seven of pentacles also is when you start to see the fruit and you want to change where you're directing your energy. So I really feel like with all of this, that there's all this moving it would be the um, best for you here because you got movement and really change of mind and movement. So I would say the latter, the cancel and rebook is the energy that I'm feeling, not like go ahead. The movement isn't go forward with it. It's that seven of pentacles is change of plan. And so that's what I feel that they are bringing in there with those three cards together. So that's good. You get a weekend off, right? Then everyone else that's not able to make it, then it just works out for it. So that is what they have for you, Jalen. So many blessings. You hang in there. All right, Kitty Pie DT, you'll be up next for your free reading after LA. Thank you so much for your donation, LA. And he said, should you reach out to Jacob? Let's take a look here. See what Spirit recommends. What we'll do is I'm going to pull cards because really Spirit isn't about the shoulds. They're more of it's just two different decisions with two different results and two different impacts. So I'm going to pull cards to say, if you reach out to them, what would the result be? Let's take a look here. All right. Really, with the cards that came out here, the Hanged Man is about patience and waiting, especially when these both show up together. The Seven of Pentacles is what's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree? The fruit. You wait for it to, be a little seedling, then it grows its trunk, and then its branches, and then its blossoms, and then the fruit. And the Hanged Man is kind of like the caterpillar in the cocoon. It's wait and patience, see things from a different perspective. So I feel like they're saying, wait, wait on it, because right now it would be there would be conflict right now if you reached out to them. But there is this future movement. I feel like in the future it will, because of the Six of Swords is about change of thought from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. And I feel like after you kind of look at things from a different perspective and sit on it, it's almost like how you write a scathing email to someone and you wait overnight and you go back and read it and you're like, oh, thank God I didn't send it, and you revamp it. Not that that's like how you are around them or anything. It's just it allows you to really think things through, and and maybe even just write down what you want to say, and then sit on it and come back to it. And then once you've kind of revised it and revised your approach, then you have the chariot, which is your power of choice and victory and moving and movement and that. But right now I feel like it would be this battle of opinions. And when seeing things from a different perspective and writing it down, trying to see if you were them and you were going to say the things you wanted to say to them, how do you think that you would feel, and how can you word it and think through it a little bit is kind of what I feel like they're doing with this, and then move forward. But right now they're like, pause and do that kind of approach of write it down what you were going to say, and then like give it a week, give it a few days. Even if a week seems like, oh no, I can't wait a week, wait a couple days, and then go back and read it, excuse me, and then look at it. Because a lot of times when you go to write down what you wanna say and what you were gonna do, when you come back to it, you're just like, "Oh, yeah, I really don't wanna talk about that," and, "Yeah, I really don't talk about that," and then sometimes writing it out is enough. We're just like, "Okay, I feel like I got it off my chest, and there's not an urgency for it, anymore." But that's what, I feel they have for you, LA, is kind of, wait, but revisit it. Right. Let's see here. Anything else? Yeah. So, again, Hanged Man comes out again, and they have, like, this death and this rebirth that's, being represented here too, endings and new beginnings that are coming in, um, either for both of you or at least one of you, but there's, like, this I feel like that's why they're having you hold on too, because there's something new that's coming your way with all that. So, new information, new emotion, something ends, something beginning begins while you're waiting, and then you're just like, it almost solves it in a way. So, like, if you know, like if like, well, I really like him and I want to reach out to him, and then you find out they're getting married, or you're like, who's that? It's like something else can happen too. So, thank you so much. You're very welcome, and thank you for the donation, LA. All right, Jaded Kate, hello. You are up next. Thank you so much for your donation. Any messages and advice from your future self? Yeah, I do. I want to pull a card here from the Oracle of E. Let's take a look here and see what they have here first for you. All right. So, what for Kate? All right. You got the heartbeat. Card number 49. Let's see what they have for you. Says your heart is as wide open as a dance club on a Saturday night. Remember that old expression your parents used? I love you to the moon and back. That's how you feel about everyone. Enjoy this blissful state of love, sweet love. More is coming too. So from the future, your future self is saying, you are just full of love up here, and there's so much more. You just can't imagine how loved you're gonna feel. So I do love that. Let me see what else they have here for you. What else from your future self? Yeah. Well, so reiterating, Three of Cups, which I love it, it's in the form of a heart, and the Lovers, form of a heart. Joy, 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 love, love, love and joy, joy and love. So you're evidently your future self is having a blast, loving life, full of joy, and a love. Let's see how far in the future is this? Well, so you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is finding this wholeness within yourself. And this is spirit, represents spirit, because there's usually a bird in the garden and with the Nine of Pentacles. And so this beautiful, beautiful flamingo, I just love that color. And it's the same color as your heart. And this is the Naked Heart. This is um, a special card that is only in this deck. It's called the Naked Heart Tarot. And I like to read it every once in a while because they just say things so beautifully. This is connection, purpose, and higher self. And it says, I radiate at a pure vibrational level, calling in all that I need at this time to stay in alignment with my path. The universe is highlighting my gifts and asking me to trust myself and my intuition. As I listen to what my heart needs, my natural essence comes forth to be nurtured, and I innately connect with my calling and purpose. Comparing myself to others does not serve me and will only knock me out of my flow. I was given the exact proportion of amazing, otherwise, I would not exist. My path may not always feel easy, but it will feel right. When I shine bright, I am the spark to someone else's light, and I inspire others. This little Luna moth here at the top, up yonder, they whisper to you, "You are brave and beautiful. Fly out of the darkness and into your light." I had a feeling. I feel like I've read this too. It's funny. And then you can ask yourself, if your heart feels disconnected, is my ego leading my path instead of my heart? But I like that. I kind of feel like it's your higher self too that's chiming in and letting you know you have this beautiful, beautiful love that's in your future, and it's in the earthly plane. I don't feel like it's your higher self going, "Yeah, you're gonna feel all this love after you die and you're back up here." It's like, I kind of want to know about this life while I'm here. So I really like that. So they are definitely reiterating to you, following your heart, fly out of the darkness and into your light, and yeah, and just give yourself time here because you do have there's this balancing and time coming in here. It's like you are working on having that, your kind of expectations and beliefs around love shaken and dropping away old ways of thinking because you have the page of cups. You're looking at love in a new way. But the Saturn energy, that's really, really, it's like you're in a timeout that you're reflecting on your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about who you're supposed to be in a relationship and who other people are supposed to be in a relationship and what's a relationship supposed to be anyway. All those supposed to, shoulds, and need tos, and have tos, and musts. You're really um, combing through those and sorting through them and throwing things out and questioning things. And on the other side of that is when that comes. So I like that for you. So, yep, I like it. Yeah, because here again, you have your higher self on the bottom of the deck saying, "Here I am, and here you are." They're like, "Just trust, it's all unfolding for you." And it's even like that hanged man here. You know how it's like when something's loading and it's taking forever to load. It goes up to 60%. And you're like, "Oh, wow, good. Oh, why did it go back down to 40?" It's kind of feels like that. And so it's loading, and I do love that message coming from spirit for you. So beautiful, beautiful. I love that you got the card twice too. It's so you. It's so future self you. All right. So thank you again so much for your donation. That's what they have for you right now. All right. So I have no others. So we'll move back down the list. So Cutie Pie DT, thank you so much for your patience. You are up next. And for your angel message, we will pull from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. Let's see what they have for you. You got the eagle, see from a higher perspective. Got a lot of eagles going on tonight. Let's see what message comes in from the eagle. Of course, look at things from a different angle. Fly higher and see new possibilities. In animal medicine, both Native American and Celtic, the eagle draws his power and strength from the sun. He's a powerful, strong, and courageous guide who is able to see for miles. And he approaches all things with intelligence, grace, and poise, and has the capacity to make a plan from a higher space before putting it into action. When the eagle card appears in a reading, it shows that you have a real ability to take things higher and to move beyond the limitations of your ego and your selfish desires. The extended message for this is that eagle medicine swirls around you, encouraging you to recognize that your views or vision may be limited at this time. Is there a chance that your own desperation, needs, or ego could be blocking you from seeing the potential in your current situation? If there are other people involved, you're being guided to see things from everyone's perspective. If you're feeling the need for something to change, how can you take the higher road? Know that if you have intentions that aren't for the highest good, it will only hold you back. Eagle medicine can help you change this. And the eagle brings the energy of healing and love directly from the heart of Father Sky and invites you to do all things from a place of love. Well, that's like the third or fourth time Father Sky is, or Sky Father has made their appearance. And I feel like what they're bringing in here is that there's information that you aren't aware of, and whatever decision, whatever's going on, seeing something from someone else's perspective or even seeking their point of view in something, totally open hearted. And like it said, in love, just approaching going, okay, I know we're kind of having this discussion, but I really want to honestly hear what's your perspective and where are you coming from. And that just changes the situation. And I um, really like that for you. Whatever it is in relationship or work or school or whatever it might be, it's just there, whatever there's this disagreement or decision needs to be made, you don't have the full information yet. And so that's why you're having a hard time making a decision because you don't have all the information you need yet. So seek more information. And then the decision feels like it becomes very easy for you. So that's what they have for you, Aditi. So many blessings for you. All right. Continue going down the list. You are very welcome. All right, Divine Goddess, you are up next. So, how will your 2023 in terms of love or work be like? All right, let's see what little peek into 2023 that they will give you. Now, you guys probably noticed I changed my logo for next year because every year Spirit gives me a theme based on the year. In this coming year, it is the Trinity in 2023, becoming the child, which is each of us has this beautiful uh, only child relationship with the Creator. They're the mother and father of all things. And the Trinity is usually like, you know, they like in a lot of religions, it's like Jesus is the, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, and but it's mother, father, and we're the child. And the Creator has such beautiful power, like we all do on the other side of we can be in all places all at the same time and not, 100%. So they can have this only child relationship with us and not have to share with the other trillions and trillions and quadruple whatever souls. We can have this one-on-one relationship and have 100% of their time and even be a spoiled child, a spoiled only child of the Creator. So that's 2023. That's the energy that seems to be there. All right. But for you, Divine Goddess, you have the Divine Goddess. You have the Earth Mother, the Empress coming in. So you definitely have this like new birth that's happening, um, and harvest coming in because you do have the 10 of Wands, which can be like you do put in a lot of work, which you always do. but you have this huge harvest that comes in. I feel like, especially with these 2 together, really screams huge harvest, and I kind of feel like in the past, like, you get a little it's like, they're reminding me of my brother, when he bought his house, they had I guess they got an apple tree. It's like the first couple years, it doesn't do squat. They're like, "Is it even an apple tree?" And then the little apple came out, and they're like, "1? Seriously?" And then the next year, they get more, and then that's when eventually the tree's just like, and you're like, "You have so many apples, you're giving away apples to everyone," and everyone's like, "Oh, please, get away from me with all your apples. I already have a refrigerator full, thanks," but I feel like this next year is the year of, like, a jubilee where it's like, "Woohoo!" You have all this abundance that comes and you have some balancing out next year too, in terms of love and work. Here's the Ace of Swords, and these are all the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about love and work and life in general that you're realizing with the Eight of Swords. What of your own thoughts and mindsets have been making you feel constricted and bound and trapped? And this balancing is coming in. This Ace of Swords allows you to connect to the capital T Teresa of the higher realm, rooted in unconditional love, and it's allowing you to cut away a lot of these thoughts and these beliefs that were rooted in fears, and you're freeing yourself from them. And I feel like that work in the beginning of the year is what kind of brings all of this in the second half of the year. So the first half is you're doing your work, you're doing the cutting away of things, and it really allows the floods to open up and brings you this new birth and new love and just prosperity. So I feel like the first half-ish of the year, maybe more like 4 months, 4 to 5 months is this, because you're working on both work and love and just life, fears and restrictions and rules, and you're like, "Why do I have that? What is that? Well, that only gives me trouble. Why do I even have that rule? Psh, we're getting rid of that," and it's just opening up your life in both love and work. So, I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so that's what they have for you, Divine Goddess. Many blessings to you. All right, Cynthia Brito. Hey, there you go. Yeah, right in time. So let's take a look here. Will it work? The favorite. Okay, so there we go. So are they going to do it before the end of the year? And when they do it, is it going to work? Okay. All right. You know, with these three cards here, you've got the Nine of Swords, which is nightmares and insomnia and fears, and then you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is feeling good and feeling, with spirit and but both of these are internal because they're all about the hermit's journey, which is the number 9. You're looking into your thoughts and beliefs and your fears, and you're looking into your worth in relation to the outside world, but you're looking inward and inward. And then you have the naked heart, which is all about your heart saying, um, focus on, me, focus on your inner self and your heart. What does your heart want? And I feel like with all of this, that I don't feel like it's going to be by the end of the year. I feel like this is all about you working on you for this period, and that you're being nudged inward in the hermit's journey. So your external help is being put on pause. So I don't think it's going to be by the end of this year. And she's being kept busy on purpose for you to do that. Um, okay. And then, yeah. And then I do see that I feel like after the new year, when things are calmed down, there's peace of mind. And then there's this giving and receiving. So there's this movement here of that she does assist you. And it's a success card too, because the Six of Pentacles is that you have enough for yourself and you're able to help others too. So it is an abundance card. So I feel like these next couple weeks, it's all about you, working on you. And then after the new year, they do help you. You have peace of mind. And then there's this, like I said, there's this abundance feeling. So whatever they're doing for you ends up being beneficial for you, where you have enough of something where you're able to give to others too, whether that's money or heart or attention or, whatever it may be. So that's what they have for you, Cynthia. So many blessings to you. All right. So continue moving down the list. You are very welcome. All right. And Pinky Pink, you are up next. So, rest of the year for you, which is 2 weeks. Let's take a look and see what they have for you. Yeah, and I was just thinking too, Mercury just went into its pre-shadow in retrograde a couple of days ago. And so we're moving into and starting to feel the energies of Mercury, which has to do with communication and, things like that. And so starting new things is kind of like brand new things is not the time to do that. It's more of a time to mend our nets in a way. Or if if it's someone you already know, starting a relationship or revising things, editing things, bringing stuff out from the past to work on, that type of stuff, it's perfect for that because the energy actually supports it. So, keep that in mind too as we're doing things. All right. And Pinky Pink. All right, here we go. Yeah. So as you have the Four of Pentacles here, Four of Pentacles, I feel is like almost like being a homebody. It's like the squirrel, he's preparing for winter, they're putting away things, they're storing up, they're getting ready, they're nesting. I just feel like nesting is what's in store for you for the rest of this year. And especially with the Seven of Pentacles too here, which in this case is things take time, and so this is a time for growth and waiting. Fruit is not coming yet. It's the last thing that grows. And I feel like this next couple weeks is just all about the nesting, the squirrel up in the tree. It's in its little home. It's watching things grow. But then you do have the movement of wands, which is the Knight of Wands. And then I feel like at like the next couple weeks are going to be slow moving and homebody nesting, just family, kind of squirrel time. But then it's like the last couple days or the last 3 or 4 days of the year, there's just like fire in a good way. There's movement, action, because the Knight of Wands, which is the movement of wands in this deck, is the most fast burning, fiery, passionate horse. So it's like, psh, psh, psh. So it goes from like molasses in February, which is when it's freezing here. It's like really slow moving, and all of a sudden it just starts moving really fast. So that's what they're have for you right now, Pinky Pink. So many blessings to you. All right, Wonderland, welcome, welcome. You are up next for the next free. Let's take a quick sip here. So your friend group is apart. Oh no. And your friend's AQ is with you, or Aquarius. What is really going on in his head? Uh-oh. All right, let's take a look here and see what is happening. So what is really going on in his head? Well, the first two cards that popped out is about, and it's funny because I mean, you actually did get the Spirit of Swords, which is the King of Swords. So a lot going on in their head, and this wish fulfillment is what's going on. They're really analyzing and trying to find out what is my wishes come true? What does that look like for me? And they're really looking at it and they're trying to understand what it is that they want, emotionally. And I feel like if it is an Aquarius, that makes total sense because we are air signs and we do a lot of this. And then we go, oh, yeah, I have emotion too. But it's usually contained in their heart and in little containers, like in little things with lids on it. And so they are kind of in this analysis, not really analysis paralysis, but they're just really contemplating and they're looking at things. And the Three of Wands is about looking at alternate directions of life. And the Four of Wands can be marriage, but it can be joy and looking for stability in their energy too. So I feel like maybe with all this group all falling apart, they're just like, what do I want to do? Who do I want to head? What do I want for my life? Is everyone else choosing what they want to do and leaving, the few people behind in the group, and they're thinking too, well, everyone else is going to do what they want. They don't care. So what do I want? What do I want? And I feel like that's kind of they're perplexed and they're kind of in that mode. Yeah, exactly. They're at a crossroads. They're trying to decide between heart and head. What do I want to do? What really do I want? I don't know. And so that's what's really going on in his head. I don't want to go in, don't go in there. It's like a crazy hall of mirrors right now. Um, but that's what they have for you right now. So hang in there, Wonderland. Many blessings to you. Just know that people don't leave our lives. People are removed out of lives because they've served their purpose, and it's making room for new people to come in or clearing the path for you to move forward and go in a direction that is more in alignment with where you want to head in your life. So when a group of friends or relationships or jobs or whatever, when things happen and change, it's happening for us. Even though at the time it may not feel like, it's usually in hindsight is when we look and go, oh, now I see why it all happened. But when it's happening, we're like, huh? So just trust it. It's all unfolding for you. And you'll see here shortly, sooner than later, I feel, of why. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you there, Wonderland. All right. So, Anjushri, you will be up next. You like a possible sign of your soulmate, anything about them. Okay. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit would like you to know. And actually, do want me to pull here from the Gentle Creatures Wisdom deck. This is a characteristic of them. So let's take a look. All right. They are a beacon. I love these beautiful cards. And it says 3 creatures brave the rising water to make sure everyone has been alerted. They stand back to back, knowing that together they can be a brighter beacon than alone. Their patience is rewarded by one lost straggler finally finding its way home. Had they not stood there under that stormy sky, the bird might have been lost. The lesson here is that when things look dark, find friends who believe as you do. Then do the work necessary to make sure all are safe. Without the sturdy feeling of each other, this trio might have given up. And it's not easy to hold your ground when angry clouds loom and the water is surging. A question for you to think about here is, what must I stand up for? Who will stand with me? You can be a better beacon knowing that others have your back. Don't despair if you're feeling lost. Look for those who brighten up your life. Yeah, so I like that. So this individual is someone, they are a beacon. You're not going to be able to not know it's like it's not them. I mean, you're going to see them and go, oh my gosh, because they are someone who they have a really good supportive group of friends, and they do things socially and to help people. And so they stand out, and they're a huge giving heart that they love to help people. So I wouldn't even, excuse me, doubt that they're not in some sort of social work type of thing. More so, you know, I feel like they do other jobs, but the volunteer work that they do is more social oriented and helping out, and so if there's someone in need, they're going to be there. And there's this group of people that are very supportive, and then you just meet them, and you're just like, wow, you know, and you just see their heart, and they just glow, and you can't help but not see them, and your heart is touched by that because they're a very compassionate and giving person. um and so I like that. So that is a possible sign of your soulmate, so you'll be like, oh my gosh, I know who it is. I don't think you know them yet though, but you're going to see them and be like, wow. So you're like, well, how do I meet him? Start doing volunteer work. All right. So that's what they have for you, Andrushri. Many blessings for you. All right. Hey, Latoya, you are up next for the next free reading. All right. You want to know, is your ex Noel in a relationship? Let's take a look here. I believe so, because we've got the Sun card, which is a brightness in their life, and the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. So it feels like they are in this kind of, this is how they feel in their life, just very, very bright and like emotionally fulfilled and overflowing. So though I guess that let me verify, because sometimes when people are single, they're like, hallelujah, this is how I feel. Let me just take a look here. Are they actually in a relationship? Okay. Yes. Two of Cups. So that does show that they are in a relationship. And And evidently, at this moment, this particular moment, they're happy. Give it a day. Give it a day. But yeah, so that's what they have for you, Latoya. So many blessings for you. All right. So it is you, Anjou. Tiklakar, you are up next for the next free reading. And are you on the right path? Ancestor message. Absolutely. And I do have the angels and ancestor deck right here. I did miss my update at the top of the hour. Here I'm an hour and a half in already. Um, but I usually try to let everyone know, I know the list gets very long, very fast. I try to get through as many free ones as I can. But if you do want to make sure I get to yours, if you're like way down the list, I do honor donations and I give those priority. I honor that energy exchange between us and I step out of order and I complete those and then I go back in order and continue going down the list for the free ones. So that is your public service announcement. And Anjou, you got the Peacekeeper card here from your ancestors. It says, let go of the need to be right. Those ancestors, they would say that. So let's see here. It says, choose peace and happiness over the need to be right. Rather than trying to prove a point, save your energy for what's important. The peacekeeper is a wise Native American woman who has been influenced by a white buffalo woman. She holds a peace pipe, which is emblematic of surrendering the need to fight and offering harmony instead. She is a soul who knows what it's like to feel under threat and to stand up for what she believes in and what is right. Her medicine helps you to take the higher road in every situation, even if you're under pressure to make a quick decision. It is a reminder that within your hands lies the power to make the right choice for all involved. You may be feeling on edge due to a stressful situation. There's a warrior within you that wants to rise up, prove your point, and get the truth across. But you're being reminded by ancestor wisdom that truth will always be revealed in the end. It's more important at this time to avoid arguments or heated discussions where you know you'll be fighting a losing battle. There is much more power in choosing to move forward from a higher perspective. This will allow you to connect deeply to the guidance within and the intuition that will lead you towards the healing of the whole situation, along with any wounds it may have inflicted on you. Choose peace. You know it's calling you. I like it. So that is the message from your ancestors, Anjou. So many blessings to you. All right. So to Tororoki Soto, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. You are the next free reading. Hey, Christy. Hey, yeah. All right. So you would like any messages from your future spouse? Let's take a look here. Any messages from future spouse? All right. I do like this. Because it's basically them saying that they really, one of the things that they appreciate with you, what attracts them to you is your ability to stand on your own, like a, on one foot even, but you have this solid foundation of who you are on the inside, and you really did a lot of work in balancing out your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets about who you are and what you want in your life. There's some balancing, of course, I think that we always do in our lives, but you've done a significant amount. By the time you meet, you've done really a significant amount of looking into the supposed to and the should and the need to and the have to and the must around who you are and who you're supposed to be in the world, and all these you know opinions people have had about that, and you're just like, no, I am really getting down to, I almost feel like the Three of Pentacles card, which is about being solid and staying true to the authentic you. And you have this really good, solid foundation within. And they really like that about you. Because of that, you really stand in your power. I mean, really stand in your power. You've got the Ace of Wands here. The Magician usually is someone holding a giant wand as well. And this is about you igniting your power. You don't sit around waiting for everyone to bring stuff to you. You put things to action. You understand the power of your energy and your focus, that wherever you focus, it expands your life. So you realize that when you focus on what is missing in your life or what you don't want in your life or what you fear, that it expands that, but instead you turn around and you focus on what you're grateful for and what you do want in your life. And this is what happens in your life. You have this Three of Wands, which is when you recognize some of this power and whittling away of all these supposed to's, you make some really significant changes in direction in your life that aren't very popular. And it's okay, because you're like, it's me, it's my life, I'm going to live it. And everyone else gets to deal with their own life. Live your life, don't live my life is mine to live. And because of that's really where you meet them. And so they definitely want you to know to stay true to that, because that's how you meet. Because if you keep on the path of what everyone thinks you're supposed to do and be in blah, 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 you don't. But it's you staying true to you and you take this detour. That's where. So I like it for you. So that is what they have. Many blessings to you, Soto. All right. Mars next. Next free reading. All right. So more insight on your dynamic. Okay. Let's see here what Spirit has for you regarding the situation there with the three of you. And let's see. I think you got that card before. What else? Because I believe you got the full card you asked last, if I'm remembering, because it was all about relieving old cycles and old ways of looking at things behind. And what are the dynamics? They're like, it's totally up to you, because you've got the full card and the Ace of Pentacles, which is all about new opportunities that open up. You have the Eight of Cups, which would be about leaving behind the old emotions, the old ways that no longer serve. And this bear is headed off to the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. And um, and then you asked about how'd everyone interact. It's the Sun card. It's like wish fulfillment, and um, it's all about managing your energies, because you have the Spirit of Wands, which is the King of Wands. Every individual would be responsible for their own energies that they bring into the relationship, and um, and clear communication. And the Spirit of Wands is about, it's like entrepreneurship, but I feel like it's pioneering. And it's like you would do it all together and you wouldn't make decisions without total agreement and total, of course, transparency and honesty. And that's can you imagine if you had that in a relationship with one person? Wow. But what's great is that when there's accountability and there's you know it's just such a unique uh, approach to life. And any relationship is really like that. One and one, one and two, one and three, you know, one and zero, whatever that we have, it's getting out of our thoughts and our beliefs and our mindsets about the shoulds, the supposed tos, the need tos, and leaving it all behind and realizing, when you're in love with someone, it's between you and them about what the relationship is to be. We have all this stuff that we're told, well, the creator and God or whatever, there's these rules, and we're like, creator has no rules, of us unconditionally. We're here on an experiment and enjoying this life and learning. They don't have any supposed tos. Those are man-made out of fear and control and needing to control and feel safe. So people put a lot of opinion and stuff out. But you guys, you're that get to decide, and that's where the beauty comes in with it all. The excitement too. And I know it makes it we sometimes like, I like all the roles in the organization. It's like, well, you get to create whatever you want within your relationship, you know, and I like that. So um, they're understanding the need of our little human inner child to have control and to feel safe. We need to have this. I need to have the structure. Well, that's when you talk and you decide what will make us all feel safe, and let's talk about it. And that's where it starts. And if you can't do that, it's like, well, I don't know if if we all can get on the same page. Well, then there's your answer, right? It's like, okay, we can't. Um, and then there's no harm, no foul, right? But I like it. It's gonna be an adventure and a journey, if you guys head that way. But that's what they have for you, Mars. So many blessings to you. All right, random. You are up next. And what does Jay think of you and why? Why? Let's take a look here. Hey, Colleen. Happy Thursday. All right, so random. What does Jay think of you? All right. And why is that? All right, let's see what we have here. So, you know, they really do. They see you as this fiery type of individual with the heart of one, just the Queen of Wands energy. They really are someone that is so able to really super focus their energy and get stuff done. And, instead of being like in 10 different areas, of their energy, you super focus it in a few and you get stuff done, you have movement. You walk into a room, people see you, you just kind of glow. You also have this intuition that really connects you, which they notice that you just know things sometimes. They're like, how'd you know that? And you're able to make decisions that really turn out well because of your intuition and your gut and how that connects. So I really like that. And it's like, well, why do they see you that way? Well, the 5 of cups, they've had pain in the past, and they've had individuals in their past that were similar to that way, but not nice like you are. They just ran over everyone, telling them what to do, um, telling them what they were doing wrong in their life, blah, 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 which brought them a lot of heartache. And so they're aware of that energy, but they're seeing it in a completely different way. And the reason I say that is because they also have the Fool card, which is about they see this as like totally new, something that they're not used to, and they see someone who stands in their power. I mean, this is divine feminine energy, and this is divine masculine energy. So they see that you have this power that you hold, but you don't abuse it. I feel like because your heart is so big that it helps filter the energy and how you get stuff done. I don't feel like you know, um, try to control people's lives. You would more, what do we used to call it in corporation? It was like asking coaching, which is like you'd ask questions that would make people think. And you wouldn't go like, "Why are you doing it that way? You should do it da 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 da." You would just ask them and go, "Okay, I see that you're going through that. So what do you think your next step would be?" They were like, "Well, I don't know." You're like, "Well, would you what about in the area of blah blah blah? What would you think of that?" And you just help guide them. It's like you're almost like a Jedi where you wave your hand and they think it's their idea and then they end up doing the thing that is helpful for them that you were like nudged him to. But I just really feel like it's they see you as powerful, and there might be hesitancy there because of the past. Like we mentioned, there were people that and they I feel like they're like waiting to see if it's true or not. You know how some people can act a certain way for a certain amount of time and put on a good show, but eventually, if you wait long enough, there it is, crazy. Or, oh, there they are. There's the control freak that comes out. There they are. I knew they were going to show up. But through consistency, they're like, okay, maybe this really is who they are. So that's what I feel they're saying right now, random. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you. All right. Hey, Parul Pathak. Good morning to you. So I'm just saying hello now, going down the list. Yes, absolutely, Colleen. Everyone can use a little love. So thank you for joining and sending the love. All right, there you go, Perul. So there is your question. Let me just take a quick drink here. All right. So when will you get married? So whenever you get married, will your parents be happy and their family? Okay. Huh? Let's take a look here. Will your parents be happy? So I like these two cards first coming out here because this is the first card that made itself known, which is the Heart of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. They see it as abundance, they see it as Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and they really love that you are cared for and taken care of. They see the Strength card here too, is they see you in a different light as you get married. Um, it's kind of like you you rise to the occasion. Um, it's like I kind of feel like there's like a lot of unknown. Like you maybe be kind of a mysterious person that keeps a lot to yourself. And so they never were really sure to like, well, they have an inkling and that you are, of the type of person that you are, and because they see hints of things here and there, but I just feel like you don't live your life like, blah, everybody, this is me, and da da da. You just are very kind of, I want to say timid, but you keep to yourself and you listen a lot and speak a little. And I feel like when you get married and they're just like you just blossom and they're just like, "Oh my gosh," even more than they had ever imagined. And that's what I feel like with the moon. It's the again, mother nature nurturing, feelings around it. It's all about love, but it's also about mysterious things that come up and they realize that with the seven of swords, these are their thoughts and their beliefs and their mindsets that kept them limited. And like they realize that their beliefs and their kind of their mindsets limited their experiences with you that they had with you while you were there and now you're gone, because you will be with them. They're like, oh, and they in a way they it's like they have this missingness, right? They're just like, oh, even though they knew that you would be going, they it's like sinks in and they really see that. Um and they understand. I mean, you have the Tower card, which is the removing of things to have things flow. And I feel like there's these blocks between you and your parents that are removed because of it. But but positive things as far as them, their feelings about your spouse and their family. It's new opportunities, new things open up in the outside world between everyone, and you have the innocence of wands, page of wands, new drive, new inspiration, new passion. So all positive cards here. The Tower card, I know at first is like, oh my gosh, but I feel like this is more this obstacles. It's like these things that were there before, some of your parents' beliefs and mindsets are what get removed, and it just there's so much love here with the moon card and the because it's mother nature, mother nurture, and mother luna. There's just this beautiful nurturing energy around it. So I don't have any concerns with it. It feels very enlightening for your parents, and I just feel like they're just like it just hits them suddenly that their daughter's not with them anymore, and then it just makes them uh, even more wanting to stay in contact in a way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they have for you, Parum. So many blessings to you. All right. So very good. Colleen, do I ever get rest? I do. There's some days that I'm forced. If I don't balance, spirit is like, guess what? You're taking a 3-hour nap. So, but I love after I'm done reading, I usually take a couple hours rest and come down before I go to sleep. Otherwise, I dream about doing readings all night. It's funny, but thank you. Thank you for caring. All right. So, Holly, you are up next. And then Jot, you will be up after that. I know. Finally, right? We're getting there. We're getting there. All right. So, Holly, what would Spirit like you to know about 2023? All right. So, you do have some things, of course, that, everything is not always rose-colored glasses, right? You have some disappointments, but it brings around, like we were just talking about the Seven of Swords, where these are thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you have that steal joy from you, that steal the opportunities and romance and things because you were given all these expectations around relationships and jobs and situations and things in your body and everything else that just has, really limited it. And but I like that whatever this is, it came in enough where it changes your energy, because it goes from feeling like you are overburdened and have so much energy you're investing in trying to live up to all those expectations, that it all just you're like you start cutting things away instead of focusing on 10 things. You really simplify your life next year and bring it down into really focused. And I like it because you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is the ending of things and the beginning of things that you feel is fortunate. Everything that happens in our life is fortunate. It's always for us. But when the Wheel of Fortune card comes up, it means our human side feels it's fortunate for us, which is sometimes the trouble, is getting this to believe that that's happening is actually happening for me. So it is good. I do like that for you here. So your energy just really, um, you have so much that you're investing in, and so much it's like this whirlwind is going on around you, but then it changes. You just get sick and tired of feeling sick and tired and worn out, investing all that energy in all those directions, and you're ready to really uh, fine tune it. It's like you have a pitcher of water that only holds so much water. And if you have too many cups, you only fill each cup up about this much and don't make a whole lot of progress. But if you zero in on one cup, you fill it up, and you fill up another cup and you fill it. But that's going to leave a lot of empty cups. And that's okay, because those are the things that don't serve you anymore that you want to, you know, um, give away. You're like, that's not mine. It's not mine to put energy into anymore. And so you're really doing this cleaning house next year, focusing on what you want to invest your energy and your life and your love into. And it turns out beautiful. I love that Wheel of Fortune switching for you. So I like it, Holly. That's what they have for you so far. So many blessings for you. All right. So, Jot, thank you so much for your patience. And does Arshpreet love you truly? Okay, let's find out. What is Arshpreet? Okay, that was a lot of cards. Let me just reshuffle these real quick. All right. Okay, there we go. You know, I feel like he feels he does. I know you're like, what does that mean? Because you have the Sun card here, which is about glorious and this bright shininess, and they see that. But the reason why there's like this crossroads here, and the Three of Wands is about, am I going to choose to go this direction and go this course, which for them feels very bright and everything. But they also have on this other thing, the Judgment card here can mean a lot of things, but for me really standing out is the two X's, which is the double endings and double new beginnings. And I feel like they're caught in, um it's not like they're thinking about their exes like, "Oh, I want to back together with them," but the experiences they had um, with them are kind of keeping them from that's it's like their mind and their heart. Their mind is going, when you did this before in the past, you crashed and burned twice, and and they're like, do you really want to do that? And the heart's going, yes, we want this. We love them. We want to go them. And it's like, yeah, but your mind is saying, your history shows you this. Do you really want to go all that way? And they're like, You know what happened before? And the heart's going, but I want this. And so they're going back and forth between their heart and their mind and their heart and their mind and their heart and their mind. And their heart truly does love you. Their mind is overly cautious because that's the little inner child that is wants to feel safe and it wants to feel in control, and it knows when that heart gets in, grabs the wheel of the car, look out, we're going out of control, because that heart, it wants, you know? But so the heart loves you. It's the mind that is cautious, that is has fears, that it doesn't want to repeat old patterns and old things and have what happened to them before, these disappointments and pain. They don't want that to happen. And so I feel like that's why maybe there's some hesitancy that you're feeling, and you're picking up on this mental energy that's going on. You're and I feel like it's confusing because you pick up their emotions, but you're also picking up this vibe, and you're like, what's going on here? And it's like, you don't go in there. That's a crazy place to go inside their head. Um, but I feel like that's what you're picking up on with that. So we'll see who wins in the battle. Will the heart or the brain? Stay tuned to find out. So that's what they have for you, Jut. So hopefully that helped. Many blessings for you. All right. So Devancha Mishra, you'll be the next free reading coming up. You're very welcome, Holly. All right. So we are at the top of the second hour. I'll only be on for about 30 more minutes. And I'm going to try my best to get down through as many free readings as I can. But if you want to make sure I do get to your reading this evening, I do make sure that any donations I receive, those readings I absolutely prioritize and complete during the session. And if I'm unable to get down to where you're at in the chat, I do have a ton of recorded readings, which if you go to my main page on YouTube, I have all my playlists, and just follow your heart and spirit will guide you to the reading that has your answer and their messages for today for you. The great news is that I will be back starting tomorrow on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. I'm on twice a day at 11 a.m. Mountain Time in the morning and then at 7 p.m. in the evening. So I'll be on 6 times in the next 3 days. So that's good news too. And also, time is almost running out for, let me see here. We have the giveaway. I do a weekly giveaway too for a free 30-minute recorded reading. And if you take a look at that playlist, at the very top, it tells you how that you can enter the drawing for the weekly. So that is your public service announcement. So Devancha Mishra, and you want to know what is coming in 2023 regarding career and love. Absolutely. All right. So let's see what they would like you to know for 2023. And thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up, all the likes that you give the video. I know a lot of times we're not able to donate, but those likes just help spread the love as well. So thank you guys so much for being part of that as well. All right. So let's see here. So as far as like career and love, well, it looks like you have the sun card came popping out here again, which is about, it's good. There is this brightness over your year next year. I don't have anything that I'm like, oh my gosh, any like scary warnings or anything. So I like that being there for you. You have the 6 of Wands too, which is recognition, which could mean in career and job that you are recognized and seen and maybe even promoted, because you do have the Six of Pentacles too, which is about, in career, having enough, so much that you're able to give to others too. So it's a good feeling. The sixes are very flowing energy for you. Relationship wise, again, being recognized and seen. Six of Pentacles is a little bit of a warning, and with relationships, just being aware of you, maybe a tendency towards codependency in feeling you have to overgive, like you have to give 100 of something to deserve one back. It's like looking into that while you're waiting for love to come your way. You might just kind of visit that subject of when you were younger. Who did you have to do extreme things for to get a little bit of attention from them? A parent, a grandparent, a teacher, a coach, someone in authority, or someone that was important enough to you that you wanted their love and attention. But boy, did you have to earn it for very little of it. And that carried over into school and work and adulthood. And so that can actually help looking at that and understanding it, bringing it from the unconscious to the conscious can just help dissolve a lot of that so we can be more 50-50 instead of feeling like you have to overdo things to deserve a little bit. Because you do have the Nine of Wands here, which is about energetic blocks around career and love, and I feel like um, that's what the block is. Like if you ever have heard of a like an internal glass ceiling, like I can never get a job over 50,000 a year, because anytime I do, I sabotage it. And it's because there's this hidden belief below the surface that we may not be aware of. It's like a program on your computer that's been minimized. It's still running and impacting you. You just don't realize it's there till you go in and you maximize it and you're like, oh yeah, I remember this. And then you can close out of it where it doesn't impact you anymore. So I feel like this is just the one thing just to really look at. But it looks very bright for you. The spirit is saying when you have decisions to make around relationship and career, balance the heart and the mind. When it comes to career, balance the mind with the heart, because the mind will be all the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the must, and it's like let your heart help you choose what type of career you'll enjoy, not just you'll check off a bunch of boxes, but check your heart. What will make your heart sing? You can find something that will help do both. That's what they're wanting. It's to love, they're like balance your mind with your heart. Your heart will be like, this is who I'm supposed to love, and this is the way it's supposed to be. But they're like, connect higher, connect to a higher truth, um, that which is rooted in unconditional love. Really look at all these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around them, because they are the ones that will block. Um, and it has to go back to that Six of Pentacles with that worth. What worth do I put on myself? What exchange rate did I accept when I was younger that now is unfair? And but I believed it back then because I didn't know any better. I was a child, but now you're questioning it, going, "Am I really supposed to give 100 and only get one back? I think it's most supposed to be more like 50-50 ish." So I do like that for you because I feel a lot of growth for you next year too. So that's what they have for you, Bancho. So many blessings to you. All right, Jenny, you are up next. Hey, Darla. All right. So, Jenny, you have a friend, Christopher. What's his real intention towards you? Oh, okay, let's find out. All right. So, Jenny, you have a friend, Christopher. What are his intentions towards you? Christopher. All right. Anything else? Okay. All right. Well, just clicked off here. Okay. Good, I didn't shut down anything. Let me move my mouse out of the way. Um, well, there's the Two of Cups. There's some heart connection there. And the Universe card here is about endings of old cycles and the beginnings of something else. So I kind of feel like they're wanting to move towards a deeper connection here. Um, because with all these other cards here too, we've got the Ace of Wands, which is about taking action, taking movement towards a more fulfilling and full life. So I feel like that supports what I was just saying too. And the Five of Pentacles really, I feel like what's been holding them back is and of course, being their friend, you probably have heard all their drama and trauma, and so they had some bruising of their worth and how they see themselves in relation to the outside world, and I feel like some of it had to do with job and career and setbacks, and um, that there were these things of that not being given credit for the job that they were doing, and so they had a lot of smacks upside their head around their worth, which they've been working on, and I feel like that's what has been keeping things from moving forward, is because they wanted to get rid of some baggage. They wanted to get their worth back in check, um, to where they didn't feel, the way that they were feeling about their life and themselves. The Four of Wands is about stable energy. It's about joy and celebration, marriage. So there is this, you know, um, this would be the only thing that is bringing me some. All right, let's take our time, because sometimes we'll try to, instead of dealing with this, we'll try to smooth it over, and it'll still be there behind the scenes. And so um, just make sure that they truly have done this and they're not using anything to try to cover up and make them uh, replace their worth with something on the outside world. Let that. But I kind of feel like they have these feelings and these intentions that are there. Um, and as much as they know. And so that last thing is the only thing that I would just really just be, let things go slow. If they're like, let's do this and da 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 da, just go, well, let's talk about it. What's going on with you? Let's just figure out what's happening here, because it's like almost like they've been doing the work, but it's almost like they kind of just want to smooth it over and not deal with it anymore. It's like when you're sorting through a closet and you're really excited, and then you get to a point where you're just like, let me just throw this stuff back in this box and I'll do. That's kind of what I feel like. There's some, and it's like, let's deal with that first. Let's not bring any baggage back into this friendship and future relationship, if that's what you want. But so that's what they have for you, Jenny. So many blessings for you. All right, Miss Wood, you are coming up next. Um, let me see here. Where did I leave off? So is he planning on visiting you next year? Is that true? Let's take a look here. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles, movement in the outside world. So I would say that is a yes regarding that question, Jenny. All right, Miss Wood, you would like a general reading. Absolutely. And I want to pull one of these energy oracle cards for you, Miss Wood. Let's see what we have here. And Serenity of Soul, if you are still here, did you want just a general reading or did you have a specific question? I don't see one. Oh, sorry. I do see it now. It says a general reading. Never mind. Never mind. All right. So, Miss Wood, we are focusing on you, Miss Wood. Miss Wood. Okay. There we go. So, you have Broken Heart here, card number 9. So, let's see what message comes in with this here. So this card shows a heart broken open, revealing darkness, emptiness, and a grief-filled tear. The hurt may be from long ago, or it may be the pain from a more recent event. Either way, a deep healing is called for now. Vent your feelings and release the person or situation involved. Affirm that you are reclaiming your power and peace of mind. Open your heart to the light of divine love and healing, and have compassion for yourself through this difficult process. Make self care a priority now. As you let go of old experiences, you can open your heart to the true and abiding love that you so rightly deserve. And these have reverse meanings too, like which I like. They can resonate as well. Broken heart can also mark a time of renewal and hope. The pain and trauma are behind you now, and you can trust that greater joy is on the way. Whatever has happened to hurt you in the past, you're now free to move on. And the universe has much better things in store for you. So finish letting go of any residual grief and open your life to your new self loving intention. Joyous connections will follow. The affirmation for the card is I release the pain of the past and live with compassion for myself. Love heals and renews me now. I like it. How beautiful. Yeah, definitely. I didn't see the tear there in the bottom there. But definitely a time. And I'm reminded of the Japanese. Like whenever there's anything cracked in a vase, they replace it with gold. And they say that with whatever crack there is, when they replace it with gold, it's even stronger than it ever was before. It's even stronger than it was before it had a crack, which our hearts can never truly break, and because our high hearts are so powerful, they can never be broken. We just feel fear. That prick in our heart is the fears of that we have. But I love that message about it's time for healing, time for movement, and they have a wonderful, joyous things ahead. So I love that for you. All right, Miss Wood, many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now. All right. So, Serenity of the Soul. You are next with your general reading. And then Katie Aney, you'll be up after that. So, general reading for Serenity. Okay, anything else? Well, I really like this for you. You have the Wheel of Fortune coming up here, which is about endings and movement into new beginnings. And I like that because I feel like this Three of Swords, which is disappointment, expectations equal disappointment. I feel like whatever this was that just caused this pain that you had in your heart, that you've been really working on it, and you understanding that everything happens in our life on purpose for a purpose, and you're gleaning from it, you're learning from it, because I feel like you've learned with this Two of Wands that whatever you focus your energy on is what grows and expands. So every moment, we have like this giant helmet on our head with a hose, and wherever we're looking, that energy is flowing out and causing it to expand. So when I look over here and I'm looking at the things I don't want in my life and the things that I fear about coming in my life, or the things I feel I'm missing in my life, those things are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm missing it more, or more things are missing. The fear, I'm drawing in the stuff that I'm fearing, all of that. And I remember when I learned this for myself, because spirit, I was like, why is that stuff growing there? Because you're looking at it. I know, but what am I supposed to do? And they're like, look over here. and, and I was like, what I'm grateful for in my life, and unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and what I do want. And those things grow up. And I'm like, well, that's cool. So that stuff, why is that stuff growing again? They're like, quit looking at it. Focus your energy on this. This diminishes. I go, it does, but they're like, quit looking over there. And that's where you learn. That's where you grow. And because you also have the innocence of wands, which is the page of wands. And this is, again, standing in your power, understanding the energy that you hold and what you're able to do with it. So I really like that for you. That's what they have for you in this moment. So good things coming. And I really feel it's because you're really learning to manage your energy and what you're focusing on. And we try not to look over at the stuff and go, oh, and then we be gentle with us. Don't judge yourself and go, oh, smack, don't look over there. Just gently nudge, like spirit would be like, okay, let's make this our habit over here. Let's make this our habit over here. Just be gentle. Each time you find yourself returning over here, just gently return back to focus on what you do want to expand in your life. So that's what they have for you, Serenity. So many, many blessings for you. All right. So, Katie Amy, you are up next for your free reading. All right. And I'm only going to be on for about another 15 more minutes. So, I'm going to be able to get through a few more. If you do want to make sure that I get to your reading in this session, like I said earlier, donations do guarantee that I will complete it in the session before I end it. So, Katie, Amy, you are up. When will you meet the one that you will marry? Or did you already meet him already? Let's take a look here. Love, arranged marriage, and personality traits at him. Okay. That is a lot. Not sure I'm going to be able to do all that. I'm going to see what spirit wants to answer out of all that. So we'll see how much we're able to answer this. So what does spirit want you to know around all those things? Okay. So I don't feel that you have met them yet. You have the Innocence of Cups, Page of Cups, new love. So I don't feel like you have met them yet. As far as love or arranged marriage, I feel it's going to be love, because you've got the Innocent of Wands and the Spirit of Wands. Page of Wands, which is new passion. Um, the Spirit of Wands, the King of Wands, is also about you deciding, like you are the one, or you are the ones that decide your passion, not someone else arranging it for you. So that's why I feel like that. Let me see what else we have here. Personality traits, very uplifting, joyous, happy type of person. I do like that. Who walks a fuddy-duddy, right? Humorous, kind of feels like a Sagittarius fire sign kind of energy, where they're not childish, but they can be childlike, where they're can be goofy and just, they have a good sense of humor and they like to smile and laugh, which is great. Um, Very secure in who they are, which is why they can laugh so much. So they really understand that the outside world doesn't really define them, because then when they try to define themselves earlier in their lives by those things they felt very unstable, they realized how unstable the outside world is. And I feel like that's why you guys end up choosing your marriage rather than it being arranged, because they are not really into a whole lot of all the rules. Because he also, the spirit of the sword is the king of swords. They are very much in their mind, but they also have really connected to higher truths, and they've cut away a lot of those expectations and all that stuff that they were filled up with growing up on the supposed to be, the should be, and the need to be. I really feel like they are their own person. I feel like it's going to be a while when you ask when you'll meet them, because the Seven of Pentacles is, what's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree? The fruit. It takes time for the little seedling to grow into a trunk, into branches, into leaves, into blossoms, and then fruit. So it's going to be a bit of a while yet. But while we're waiting, whenever we have the pause, whenever we get those type of cards that it's going to be a while, it's happening so that we can look into ourselves, focus on our self-love, because we cannot receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. We can't love others either more than we love ourselves. So if we have my self-love is only expanded that much, it's just dripping in and dripping out. But the more you expand your self-love, then the more love that you can give and receive from other people as well. So that is what they have for you, Katie Annie. So many blessings to you. All right. Continuing going down the list here. All right. So, Heather, what's coming in for the rest of this month? All right. We'll take a look here. So, what's coming in for the rest of this month? All right. So let's see. What is balancing out here? All right. Well, you've got, so the big thing, two big things. You've got the Temperance card, which, so there is this balancing out of things in these next couple weeks. So it's kind of, you know, evaluating things, going back and forth on things. Ultimately, it does end up changing things toward the end of, I feel like these are like a few days before the end of the year, because the stuff that I'm about to talk to you real quick is changes um, your life. It allows things, it puts things into motion to help, that it ignites and moves things. Because you have the moon cycle, so there is this, um, moving from a full moon to a new moon is what I'm feeling like. Because I feel like things are being let go, because you're leaving behind emotions that are no longer serving you, which they're heading off to the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. You have the Spirit of One, so you are taking things into your own hands, really focusing your energy on what you want to expand. And so in doing that, you know that I'm making room, I'm getting rid of some of these emotions that I learned from, but I don't need them anymore. I don't have to keep carrying them around. I have in my heart what I learned about me through it, and I don't need to carry the charged emotions anymore. I'm carrying the lessons forward, which ends up coming into this Empress, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So you are spending this time focusing on you and understanding yourself, for kind of reflecting over the year. What have you learned from all the emotions that you got to experience this year? and Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and New Birth, which then that's what I feel takes you into this Wheel of Fortune that moves you forward. So I like it for you, Heather. So that's the fast track. I start doing faster and faster because I try to do at least as many as I can of the free readings before I sign off here in a moment. Again, if you want to make sure that I get to your reading in this session, I'm only going to be taking probably one or two more free readings, and then that'll be it for the night. So now would be the time for you to donate in order to catch me before I head out. Because I usually stay on for about 2.5 hours, which is a lot of readings. All right. So many blessings to you, Heather. All right, Tasty One 2000. Hopefully you're back from your shower. If not, you'll be able to catch this here. And you want to know, is Antonio going to reach out to you today? Uh-oh. Okay. So let's take a look here. No, I don't feel like he's going to reach out. I kind of feel here with the 4 of Cups. I don't feel like you said, I don't feel like he's someone that is ready to take accountability. I feel like he just goes on to the next one. It's like, here's the loves. He just, okay, next. And I feel like with this Magician card, it's very divine masculine energy. It's all about focusing on what they want to grow, not so much. I don't have cards here of focusing in on emotions and reflection and that type of thing. It's more Innocence of Pentacles, looking for new opportunities. The Heart of Wands is, again, a lot of this, Wands energy is like super focusing on what they want to have and what they want and to move forward, 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 fire, 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 passion, passion, passion. I feel like their passions really lead them a lot, maybe like an Aries type of energy where it's very fiery and they move forward. They don't look backwards. It's like a forest fire. They just move forward. There's nothing left to burn behind them. They have to keep moving forward. And so I just don't feel like they're, like you said, I don't feel like they're going to contact you. And they have they're on their journey. They're on this strength journey, which is the lion self of theirs is trying to find their love in the outside world. They're trying to find, you know, what will quench their thirst and make them feel full. And they're so desperate to find it out there that they're just yum, 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 relationships and situations and things and body and possessions and money. They're like desperately trying to get as much as they can because it's not filling them up. They feel if I have more, it'll make me fill up more. And so, like, whatever they did, the disrespectful thing was out of fear. They're just desperately, you know, trying to shove whatever they can to try to fill up their heart, and it's not working. And so, um, I would just learn from whatever mirror they were for you, because you can't change them. They're on their own journey, and it was what it was for as long as it was. On purpose for a purpose, though, so it wasn't a mistake. Um, they were a mirror in your life for you. So when you look at it, um, you can't change and make them take accountability and blah blah blah. But what you can do is look into your mirror and go, um, you where do you not have respect for yourself, and where do you not want to take accountability for that? Because that's the mirror they're showing you. And then you can look at that and go, like for me, um, I say this lately, I've been saying a lot this week, but it was I had like 3 of my relationships. They went outside the relationship and broke the agreement we had of not going outside the relationship for intimacy. And you know, while I was going through it, I did not see the lesson in the mirror. And when I was, going through my shadow work and reflecting on things, I was like, why couldn't they be faithful? Why were they cheating on me? And spirit was like, well, you cheated on yourself with them. And I'm like, What?" And they were like, your worth, is self-worth, self-worth. But you were out there defining yourself by their actions. So you were cheating on me with them. You were cheating on yourself with them. And I was like, oh my God, you're so right. And so there's a lot of beautiful things we can glean from I can't I don't know what they saw when they looked in me as their mirror. I only can work on what I saw in them of myself when I looked in that mirror. So that's what they have for you right now, tasty ones. So many blessings for you. That is what they have. All right. Okay. Very good. And I'm so sorry. I'm not going to be able to get down to everyone here. So that was actually going to be my last reading, my last free reading for this session. And I wish I could get down to everyone. But unfortunately, I do need to balance myself. I will be back, as I had mentioned earlier. I go on twice a day on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'll be back on tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning. And then every night I'm on at 7 p.m. Mountain. If you need an answer tonight and I wasn't able to get down to you, please check out my playlists. I have a boatload of recorded readings, and Spirit will guide you to the one that has or ones that have your messages for tonight. Um, so that I also offer personal readings. All that information is listed in the description box of the video. Excuse me. If you are interested in booking a personal reading. And then there's a giveaway playlist also listed in the description box of the video. I give away one free personal reading a week, a 30-minute recorded one. And there's a video at the very top of the giveaway. It says weekly giveaway about how to sign up for that. So that are all the announcements. So thank you guys again so much for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It does help spread the Zen love to the world. The YouTube algorithm just loves to eat up all those. So they're free and it just takes a little tap. And so thank you, whether you're giving a thumbs up while you're watching right now or on replay. It definitely helps out the channel. So thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you for everyone that made donations, for all the subscribers. I am blown away by your love and your support. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And please know as you go throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing night or amazing day wherever you're out in the world. And I will see you soon. Until then, you guys take care of yourselves and you hang in there. Take care.